What's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, and I'm gonna link an article to this to the description so you know that it's trill, real, whatever adjective you feel like using or I feel like using. But it's finally leaked some information out about what the Detroit Pistons are doing are planning on doing for their plan rebuild for the front office and the coaching. So. All right, one, they hired this guy called Ed Stefanowski. He has 20 years of executive experience in the NBA. He's been a part of the Toronto Raptors, which we'll get back to that. Memphis Grizzlies front office. He has 20 years of executive experience. He has been hired by Tom Gores and the Detroit Pistons to be an advisor to help them reshape this organization and rebuild it. And one of the guys they are targeting is Toronto Raptors former head coach and NBA Head Coaches Association's Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. Now, if you don't know who Dwayne Casey is, he coached the Raptors and built them from nothing to something. And I think back in 2011, Ed Stefanowski, hopefully I'm saying his name right, he was integral part to bringing Dwayne Casey to Toronto to help rebuild that team, and he did that. The team woes, I don't believe, had nothing to do with his coaching. It had to do with his players. Kyle Lowry didn't show up in a number of playoff games in years past. This year he showed up a little bit, and this year then, when he didn't show up, then DeMar DeRozan, a.k.a. DeMar DeRozan, didn't show up. So his players had a fear of LeBron James that they could never get over. You remember DeMar DeRozan said last year if he was on our team, we would have won too. So, I don't think it was him. He coached that team up pretty good. He had Lowry, DeRozan, and pretty much a lot of other players that never really produced. Jonas Valanciunas ain't really produced like he should. Serge Ibaka took a quantum leap backwards with them. He had an okay roster, but I think he did a better coaching job than most would have done. He's definitely a tier one coaching guy, and if you look at his past, he built the baby Raptors or the LeBronto Raptors up from nothing. He built them from scratch, and he knew how to develop young talent. He did develop some young talent. Valanciunas, he got Lowry, got his career back on track, got DeRozan back on track, and he was beating with DeMar DeRozan. It is what it is. The coach and the player are not always going to get along. Larry Brown and Allen Iverson didn't always get along. Phil Jackson and Kobe didn't always get along. So it ain't about that long as they respect him. And if he has experience in developing young talent and taking teams to the Eastern Conference Finals from nothing to something in a shitty market, for basketball for Toronto, it's not a shot at the city of Toronto, but he did that. But there's some other things going on too, and that's their primary target. And hopefully Dwayne Casey will be a great pickup for the Detroit Pistons, in my opinion. Very, very great pickup, man. Somebody that developed young talent and took teams to the playoffs. And if he can't get the Pistons over the hump, he could just get us to the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll figure it out from there. But this is their plan A, their number one guy, Dwayne Casey. I'm pretty sure he might be a high commodity on the market, or maybe not. But I think this is the best case scenario for the Pistons. But also, it's been rumors about the Pistons bringing the former Piston back that we never thought of being the fold in the front office. And yes, it's Tayshaun Prince. Tayshaun Prince may be in the running for a front office position, right along with a general manager, Tayshaun Landon from the assistant general manager or something from the Nets, and also Brent Barry. So they trying to form a nice young front office. Who will be the VP, the head honcho in the front office? I don't know. That's yet to be seen. It won't be Ed Stefanowski. He's just an advisor. He's basically like a hiring agency to advise Tom Gores what to do, because we know Tom Gores don't know what to do. So at least he's smart enough to delegate and get somebody that knows the NBA system. And if Ed Stefanowski can build the front office with young players that know the game and that can identify talent, this could be a San Antonio Spurs type of front office where people come poach some of our front office talent to start building their own team. So they trying to build a young, fresh, super team of executives. And Tayshaun Prince wasn't the former Piston. Most people was looking to be plugged into the front office. Most people was looking for Chauncey Billups to run the front office because his name got hot because Flip Saunders wanted him to, coach the Timberwolves, and he just wanted the front office position. And people like Chauncey. He knows the game. And I still would like Chauncey to get that job, but these are not guys, I don't think, according to the article, that's going to be the vice president, the president of basketball operations. These are guys that's going to assist the president, and there's still no word on which way they might be leaning towards a guy to run the front office. May it be a guy like Chauncey, may it be like Kiki Vandeweghe, who used to run the Nuggets, or whoever's out there. Somebody from the Spurs organization. It was the guy from the Boston Celtics organization. We'll see. We'll see. And even if they bring somebody young and inexperienced in, they have this Ed Stefnowski guy that has executive experience that can help them, make the make the steps on the way to building this team back up where it needs to be. I like the direction where they're going as far as the searches for the players and the coaches, as far as for the coaches and the executives. I just want to see who's going to lead this thing from the front office. But Tayshaun was definitely a guy, when I read the article and got to the bottom of it, was a guy that was out of left field. I didn't even know, he was interested into being an executive in the front office. And, guys that I would like to see in there is obviously Chauncey Billups. I like to see Bill Laimbeer, in there, that'll be fine for me. Even if they got a guy like Kiki Vandeweghe, I like to see somebody in there that's going to be open-minded, that's going to have a plan with this roster, and that's going to do the right thing and have a good rapport with Dwayne Casey to bring the Pistons back to relevancy, man. And I think that's the thing that we all want, is the Pistons back on that stage, going deep into the playoffs, and Detroit turning into a party city. When they make deep playoff runs and make it to the championship, it's nothing like a Detroit summer being kicked off by the Pistons, making it to the finals and winning the finals. You know what I'm saying? It's just, Detroit is an electric city, and I know it has a bad rap amongst players when they come here. It's not a acquired taste for a destination. But once people feel the support and the love and the bond, the blue collar, support and the blue collar fandom in Detroit, a lot of players don't want to leave. They love the city, and they just got to get that talent in here to see that Detroit is more than what perception makes it to be. But it's more to see sports talk. Hopefully come back, talk some more Lions or Pistons. You never know. We gone.